Now, where are we today on health care? I have no clue. Well, that's the direction we're moving, but what's with the bill? There's a summit, the president has asked for a summit. It's hard to turn that down. Here's the interesting part about going to the White House.
He won't listen.
And frankly, that's what we want out of it. Or not that we don't want. I mean, if he'd come out and say, okay, we're going to scrap this and we're going to work with you now, I doubt that'll happen. I really doubt that will happen. In fact, talking to Leader Boehner a few days ago, I asked him about the summit, and first of all, we don't have a date or a time yet. But he said that he is hearing, we're not told of anything, by the way, that Speaker Pelosi and Reid have come up with their compromise bill, and that's going to be announced soon. And I just started chuckling. I just said, are you telling me that before we have a summit to get our input, they're going to announce their bill? I said, oh, this is just too good. I mean, this is comedy writing at its best. NBC should be picking this stuff up. But that's evidently what's going to occur. So the summit is going to be exactly what we all thought it would be, and it's just a little press dog and pony show, and that's all it's going to be. But the public will have more confidence that it's a dog and pony show when they release their bill, and then the meeting doesn't become, here's the, let's get your input. It'll be, here's what you're going to have to vote on, and you're going to vote on it or we're going to villainize you. Well, I'll tell you what, at least in Nebraska, bring it on, baby, because I'm on the right side on this issue. Very seldom have I got a person of reason to come up to me and say, you need to vote for this bill. It's 80% saying, fight it all you can.
How do you think
Yes,
the news
sir.
media is going to handle that, though? I mean, because he's got them all.
Yeah, the news media is going to be on his side.
Exactly.
And I get constant questions about, why aren't you messaging better? Well, I'll tell you what, we're standing in that forest yelling, but there just isn't anyone listening to us or any media covering us. I've been in D.C. about our alternatives. Every one of those bills I've turned out to you, or major bills, we had an alternative. But you never heard about that, did you? Well, when we invited the president to our conference a couple weeks ago in Baltimore, the retreat, thank you. I got to tell you, I was a little reluctant, but it kind of follows up on you, because I thought, the president coming, it's hard to win this thing. It's on the lure of rhetoric. But we did accomplish one thing. The president said, I've read your bills and your alternatives, and we simply just don't agree with that. There's a couple things in there we liked, and I put them in our bill. So the one thing we want now is every time he gets up and says, you're the party of no, we can sit there and say, but you just told us you read the bills, you read the alternatives. But the point I'm getting to is that I've stood up, especially on this, the cap and trade
Room
one.
for two
on
to stand.
our
Here, I can stand in that doorway.
which were clean, there was no taxes in it, it was pro-nuclear, it was clean coal technologies, all the things that we need to do to make ourselves energy independent, drilling offshore, all of those type of things. I was at the press conference that rolled out all alternatives. How many of you saw that, by the way? You were watching Fox, because that's the only one that covered it.